Hello, good day, and welcome back to the Certified Jordan channel. This is episode 57 of the channel and episode 1 of a little new project. Again, it's a scooter we are going to modify, and I'm not going to waste any time. Let's get right back into it. The video clip that you'll see now with the bike parked against the wall right there is exactly the way I bought it. It didn't have any plastics on the front except for the old glove box, which were a bit hacked up and butchered, but there's no nose fairing, no headlights, no indicators at the back. There's a small piece of plastic around the seat area at the back and a tail light which has only brake light. It doesn't have anything else. So let's get into it. Let me show you what we've got to play with. I'm excited. Let's hear it. So guys, here is the next project for the channel. It's a bit rough. I have already removed the main stand. Don't know why, but this is the 4th scooter. It's got no side stand. The side stands on these are always gone. Don't know why. That just happens. And the main stand, the service stand, is always bent beyond obliteration. This one was also so badly bent. First of all, you really struggle to get it onto the stand, and then it's basically impossible to get it off the stand again. So I just removed the main stand. I will, in typical old fashion, make a new stand, side stand for it. As you see it here, this is the way we got it. So the only thing I've removed from it was the service stand. I've also added a new battery, and she runs so she does run. And I'm actually happy about the fact that the ignition key actually does open that box. There's nothing in that box except for the flicker relay. It also opens the seat, and it also opens the fuel tap, the fuel cap. So I'm actually lucky in that regard. I will be able to put fuel in it. Unfortunately, this specific scooter does not have mag wheels. It's steel pressed rims. It's not mag wheels, so unfortunately that is just the way the cookie crumbles. These are in fact 12-inch wheels. It's got quite a nice looking rotor here, which we look at. I quickly took it for a spin around the block last night. It does not feel as if there is any oil whatsoever in the forks. So we'll just go ahead and get new fork seals and get the oil and just get that done. But yes, this is 150cc GY6. So stay tuned to the channel to see what we are going to do with this little one. I have done a bit of work off camera. First of all, is I took the entire top yoke with the bottom yoke with the entire steering neck completely out of the scooter. You can see it has no front wheel on it. And the reason for that is this bottom yoke and the top yoke bearings. The steering, when you try to turn, was extremely tight. So I decided to look at those bearings. At the bottom, the entire bearing carrier was broken, and there was about 5 bearing balls left of the 16. And then on the top one, it was also broken. but at least there was about 8 bearings left of the 16. Unfortunately, this one and this one are two different sizes, so I had to order them specifically for the cup size here and the nut size on top, as well as the race side at the bottom and the cup side on the cup size on the inside. Here you can see I have already started to figure out the wiring loom. This is the ignition wire, so we have, what do we have? Indicator left, parking light, indicator right, and so forth. So all of this has already been sorted out because we got the scooter just like this. All right, there was no front nose on it, fairing nose, no lights, no indicators. The only thing, we have two things on the scooter and two things only: a hooter and a rear taillight. The taillight has got brake light only, no light. There's no indicators on the back. There's no number plate on the back. You'll see that as the progress unfolds here. What I intend to do is, I want to try and keep this section, because this is the little glove box section thingy here with that thing that can close. And what I want to do is, I want to see if I can put the RR, the regulator rectifier, inside of here, as well as this entire loom. So I've drilled a small hole right at the bottom. I don't think, yeah, there you can see it. A proper nice round hole, not something like this gaping break. I don't break a hole into plastics, I drill a hole. So I want to unpin all of this, because obviously these connectors and that connector and all of this is too big to go through that hole. So I'm going to unpin all of this, and then I'm going to feed the wiring through, and then I'm going to repin them. That's a reason why you'll see, for example, on this one, I have labeled the wire. 1, it goes there. 2 goes there, and obviously 3 goes there. On my ignition, 3, 1, and 2. So I know exactly where these pins must go into when I put them back inside this box. So let me get started with that, so that we can get this wiring loom all in here. There is a lot of stuff like this. This is the lights and indicator switch and the rear brake light switch. This is going to have to be extended. So what I will do is, I'll have maybe a hole on the inside here where the wiring loom goes in. And then that's going to be it, y'all. Okay, so let's get started with that. So we're busy with the wiring, but you can see that there was quite a lot of oil on the floor here. And you can also see that this engine is squeaky clean at the bottom. The reason for this being so clean is because I've realized that this motorcycle has an oil leak. Therefore, I have properly cleaned the engine to be able to determine where the leak is coming from. I have also replaced the O-ring on this drain plug, where the little metal filter, which is not worth to be called a filter, lives in. And also I have replaced that copper crush washer on that drain plug. And the oil leak is definitely not coming from there. I've just wiped it off. It seems like it's coming from this brass insert here. It's either there or right between these cases, right on this line. So the only way to fix that properly is by replacing this gasket in the middle. That brass thing, unfortunately, I do not know if that thing is replaceable. So what I'm going to do, just for now, I'm going to put some steel putty on there, or what the Americans know as JB weld just there, just to see if that's going to stop the leak. I'm not going to put anything here. If it's still leaking thereafter, I know it's this seal here, then I'll go through the effort and get a gasket kit. Then we'll rip this entire engine apart to see, whilst we're at it, what does it look like inside. I know it's got a new crankcase, new crank in it, but we'll do the effort and go through all of that and see what it looks like inside and replace whatever needs to be replaced. And unfortunately, this is a A motor. It's not a B GY6. So I cannot install a 232cc big bore kit on here. However, I can do the 175 or the 180cc big bore kit. So we'll take it from there. But for now, I just want to get this one running because I've actually stumbled across a previous owner, which I might announce later on who that is. Just need to get permission from him first. He's a well-known YouTuber, and he still has the papers for this motorcycle, the roadworthy papers. So before I go crazy in modifying everything to the way I would like it to be, I want to actually get this bike roadworthy, licensed and registered and on my name. Then I'll come back and start painting. So all of this scrap, all of that damage, I'm not going to even repair it for the roadworthy test, as they are not concerned about paint work as long as it's roadworthy and so forth. I know for a fact this rear brake is completely metal on metal. So I'm going to, whilst it's lying inside, I'm going to remove the exhaust, get the side of the swing arm off, take the side of the shock off to get the rear tire off so I can have a sample to get these brake pads tomorrow. And then by tomorrow, this will be installed, that will be dry, and then I can lift it up on its one wheel and frame again. As you can see, I've just covered that copper insert there with the JB weld. I'm going to leave that for about 20 minutes just to tack off. Unfortunately, I have filled my fuel tank with petrol. Maybe I should learn from my friend Alex from a Legit Street Cars, where he always say that he never fills up a car before it's thoroughly tested and, finished. But I'll get this wheel off quickly so we can have a look at that rear brake pads. We are still working on this scooter. We are still waiting for these neck bearings, top and bottom. It's been a while. Basically, it will be a week tomorrow where we are waiting for that. I don't know why it's taking so long, but nevertheless, it seems like the oil leak has been sorted out. And while all of this is going on, I can't really dedicate too much time into this project at the moment, as they're busy tiling my house and we've got work and all of that in between and so forth. But it seems like the oil leak has been sorted out. But I have went ahead and I have modified clutch casing. So what we are going to do, you can see these 3 pieces that I have cut out of it to make it a bit lighter. So I am sure that's going to make quite a big difference. I will paint this in a nice color, don't know which color yet. We'll get to that and see what we're going to do there. But just a quick update on progress made without making any progress. Friends, we've got this the scooter frame out here. I have removed the motor. I have also removed the wheels. I have taken the rims in for the tire guys to take the tires off the rims for me. I don't know why, but that front wheel is very, very badly bent. The rim is not bent in its length, it's bent on all the edges, very badly so as well. Multiple bends, bruises, and things that needs to be repaired before paint. So I will go a bit later to go and pick up the rims. But for now, I want to cut off a couple of bits and bobs on this frame. For example, I want to cut that off. This is where the rear foot peg was supposed to be in, and then it comes out like that. I'm just going to cut it off right there, nice and deep under there. And then in typical Chinese bike building business, you can see we've got a small weld there and a small weld there. But from there, right up to right there, that must be at least 5 inches of absolutely no weld. The bottom here, we have a decent weld there and a decent weld here, but nothing at the back. And from there to there, absolutely no weld, and exactly the same on the inside here. So I'm going to take my hammer. I want to see if I can close this gap up a bit, and then I'm going to give it full welds, the same as on this piece here. The red scooter, you'll remember, was exactly the same, no weld at all at top, on the top there. So I just want to go through it. See there? I'd like to just give that a full weld. This thing must come off, etc. and etc. So I have marked what I want to cut off with masking tape. This footrest platform thing, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to hack that off as well. It's not going to be a completely naked scooter, this one, but keep tuned and you'll see what we're going to do with that. This cross brace and this cross brace is welded to this piece here, which carries the plastic. So I'm going to cut it off right here, and then this I'm going to weld back to the frame. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It's coming up in the time lapse that you are about to see. This thing is bent. It's a little fastener for the, can I call it, the trunk boot area. So I'm going to have to cut that off straight with a grinder, drill a hole through there, and put a new bolt through from the bottom and weld it in. Same on the other side. You can see there's absolutely no more thread left on that thing. So here you can see quite a bit of aluminium chunks. And if I show you this was a big boy scooter. This was on the rear clutch. So I'm busy modifying that whole engine cover. But let me get the grinders and the welders and the things out. Today is quite overcast. It's warm though. Don't think it's going to rain just yet, but let's get this thing done before the weather gets worse. Okay, guys, we have done quite a large amount of welding on this frame, cutting and welding. I have, for example, that weld is perfectly fine, but this weld over here had a stress fracture right across it, which I then cut open and I re-welded that specific weld. There was a couple of others as well. It's fully welded now all the way around. I'll come in here quickly with my grinder and clean all of this up. You'll see I've already cleaned up on the insides, that side, as well as that side. I've already cleaned up this side as well, but I've got some splatter here again because I did some welding on the kickstand. I'm gonna cut off this section. This was a rear foot peg, but this will be the little helper for you to kick the stand down. And there's a lot of welding that went on here. As you can see, there's still a couple of bits. Also, I just wanted to show you I fully welded this section on the top and at the bottom. This is the bottom of the frame. It's standing on the handlebars at the moment. I've also added these two foot peg mounts for highway pegs, which you can't use on a scooter nevertheless. And then I have also welded that section right here. Just gave it a bit more welds. Also there you can see at the bottom, I've also put in some more welds. This will be a stunt bike, so I want to make the frame as strong as possible. This section here will be cut off right now. I'm going to put you on a time lapse, do some cutting and cleaning up here, and get this frame ready for primer and paint. All right, guys. Most of the cutting, the grinding, and the welding has been done on this frame. To be honest with you, as it is now, it's 9:10 on a Saturday night. The time lapses that you just saw was 2 full days worth of work. I had a day's leave for Friday. So yesterday and today, I worked on this thing the whole 2 days. I have cut this little plate, this aluminium checkered plate, which we are going to use to go into the floor area here. We are also going to add these foot pegs right over here. So they're going to be flip up. So you can flip them. You'll be able to flip them up like that. And then when you want to use them, you can flip them down like that. All right, so this plate needs a bit of more work. Let me just maybe quickly show you this. If I adjust my camera angle for you, you'll see what I'm trying to say. Right. So look at the shape of the frame and look at the shape of this. So this I'm going to cut down like this, cut down like that, so that it fits more evenly into there. We just put this aside here real quick. That will happen only after the paint work. You also saw me in the time lapse. This is what we call a riv nut. So you put this inside of a specific crimper, which looks like a rivet gun. So you put this on there, you shove it into the hole, and then you pump this thing. That then squishes the metal, this metal, between these little teeth here. So what that then gives you, let me just get a 6mm bolt here quickly and show you. So what this then allows you to do, imagine this is in there. I'd help if I drop everything. So if this is in there, this will enable you to put a screw in it. So, if I can just quickly see what you can see. Right. Here was those 2 stripped bolts that was in here. So there will be a riv nut there. There will be a riv nut there. There will be a riv nut here, a riv nut there, a riv nut here, a riv nut there, and also a riv nut right there to keep that aluminium checker plate in. Then there will be a riv nut up on top here. Let me lift you up a bit. There will be a riv nut here and 2 riv nuts, one there, one here. That's going to hold our glove box area into place. Obviously, you can see I still need to clean up this weld here. But these welds are going to be hidden by this plastic glove box. What I want to quickly still do tonight, though, is I just want to quickly put some body filler right in here where you are going to see the welds. So this one here, no, not even that one, because the plastic is covered over it. So it's going to cover this, so you won't see that. Maybe just here, take my marks, my permanent marks off here, and that I made with the white and the black pen. These you won't be able to see, so there's no point in filling up these welds with body filler. Maybe, yeah, what I'll do is I'll put body filler in this one and on the one on the other side. And then I'm going to leave it to dry for the night. I think I'm going to call it a day. Then tomorrow, I want to prep the rims and the frame and get it ready for primer. And then also I want to be able to paint them tomorrow as well. So hopefully tomorrow we'll have enough time in it. Unfortunately for me, days only have 24 hours as well. So it makes my days a bit short. Sometimes I wish I had more time in a day to get more things done, but unfortunately that is not the way it works. So yeah, this is the progress so far. En dan vir 'n tweede deel van die video. So guys, I'm going to call this the end of the video for this episode on this scooter build. In the next episode, you will see me doing the paintwork, and then also we will start with the reassembly process. I just wanted to highlight these welds and things that I've put in here. Both of these sides on the top of the frame. I showed you at the bottom, but here on the top, both of these sides, these two welds had some cracks in them. So I opened them up, nice, like a 30-degree cut with a grinder. Nice, got in there nicely and cleaned it all out. And then I gave it a proper run of weld there and there. Also welded this fully, as I said I will. Just see if you can see this. Yes. This was not welded on the top here. The Chinese like to just tack it here and there. So I gave this a full weld, and then this bar is fully welded at the top and at the bottom. I've also added a lot of weld around this little triangle area here. This is a stunt scooter, so it will be working quite hard. I also welded that fully up. And then here at the back of the frame, here was also a crack in the weld, like a stress fracture in the weld. And then this thing here at the very back that keeps the taillight and the tank in place was just stacked at the bottom. So I just gave it some proper welds both sides. Guys, thanks so much for watching. If this is the type of video and content that you like to watch, please consider subscribing to the channel. Maybe just click on that free thumbs up button there at the bottom and give the video a like. If you're already subscribed to the channel, thanks so much for your support. It's truly appreciated. The channel is growing a bit slower than I hoped for, especially if I consider the amount of work that I put in to generate these videos. But every view from your side is, from my side, highly appreciated and respected. Thank you for spending your valuable time on watching the videos that I make. So I really appreciate that. Guys, until I see you in episode number 2 of the stunt scooter build, please ride safe, stay safe, and God bless. See you in the next one, guys. Cheers.